everybody, welcome to Science. I loved reading your responses yesterday on Padlet about all the different wonderings that you have. I noticed a lot of them about food, what they look like, their colorings, how big they are, is it still alive? A lot of really great questions were asked here today. Yesterday. Today we're going to take this driving question and we're just going to focus on one part of it. We're not going to focus on the Stegosaurus part of it. We're going to focus on the squirrel part of it. And what we're going to be doing is what can I observe about squirrel behavior? So all animals have basic needs. I'm sure that you guys have learned this in the previous years. All animals need food, they all need water, they all need shelter or a place to live. And I added this other one in here, fun, because it got brought up last year and it caused some really interesting discussion. Do animals need to have fun, or is it just a want? We are going to be not only just observing squirrel behavior, how they're acting, we're going to try and link it to one of their needs. So we're going to see what they're doing and observe it and then think, is this squirrel behaving this way to meet one of its needs right now? So we're going to start by doing this together. And I want to go over this word observation. And when you observe something, you're just looking at it and telling me what's happening with it right then. You're not adding any of your own thoughts or feelings into it. So what I mean is, let's look at this video. I'm observing a squirrel eating seeds out of a tree. That's what I observe. I'm not going to say, I think the squirrel's hungry, or maybe he's storing them, because that's not what I'm seeing. I'm only seeing the squirrel eating the seeds. That's an observation. I just keep seeing the squirrels. I notice that I'm seeing the squirrel use its feet so it's gripping into the bark, it looks like. I noticed that at one point he looked like he picked up the seed in his hands and he was using it to get the seed into his mouth. What are you observing? I'm observing that he's moving very quickly, his jaw is. I observed him move in a circle. Okay, so that's an observation. I'm just, what am I seeing? I'm not putting extra thoughts into it. And that's what you guys are really going to practice today. In your science notebooks, we're going to need those for today's practice. That was sent home in your green folder, and if you don't have it, you can't find it, just get a journal out. You are going to be making some squirrel observations today. You are going to do this. You can go outside or look out your window if you have squirrels running around your house. I know around my house, I live behind the police station, they're all over the place. Or you can watch, I'll link a couple videos and you can use those videos if you don't have squirrels around your neighborhood. You are going to be filling out this sheet with 3 observations. There's more on the back sorry, I guess I should tell you what page it's on first. So when you have your science notebook, we're skipping a couple pages. So you guys should have done this page. We're skipping this page for now. We're skipping this page for now. And you're going to be on a page that looks like this. It has all the boxes. You are going to be making 3 observations today. And like I just said, there's 3 more boxes on the back if you want to make other observations. But, and if you want to do even more after that, you're going to have to get your own paper. So we're going to you need to have at least 3. So the first thing you need to fill out for your observation is the time and the place. So you could just say AM or PM, which just means morning or afternoon. You don't need to say like 12:02 p.m. Eastern time. You can just say morning or PM. Describe the squirrel's body color, tail color, size, markings. Just take notes. You don't need to write a huge paragraph for this. What is the squirrel doing, and what is the squirrel using in the environment to do that? So if I was going to record an observation that I just made from that video, I would say I'm not really sure what time it took place, but the place was outside, right? It was outside. I don't know exactly where, so all I can say is that it was outside. I need to describe the squirrel's what it looked like. So I'm going to go back to the video. I'm going to watch through it. I noticed it's like gray and brown. So I could put gray and brown. So it was gray and brown. There wasn't really anything else that stuck out about the squirrel. Some squirrels are red. Some squirrels have really cool ears. But this squirrel is just like a normal squirrel. It's like grayish and brown. What was the squirrel doing? The squirrel was eating seeds. I observed it picking up the seeds, putting it in its mouth, chewing it, and I'm assuming swallowing it, and swallowing it. So he was eating seeds. So what is the squirrel using in the environment to do that? What is he using? He's using a tree, right? He's also using seeds. So see how I'm just making notes here? I'm not like writing it all out in a paragraph form. I'm just taking notes, and they're slanted because my handwriting sometimes goes outside the box. So I'm going to show you how to make an observation just one more time. So in this video, let's see what I observe. Oh my gosh, its tail looks like, notice that its tail looks like my cat's tail. So I'm observing the squirrel. It looks like he is eating a peanut. Oh, there's another squirrel. And I noticed that they're sitting kind of like hunched over. Oh, there he's running. I noticed he was running in the snow. Oh, I noticed he picked it up with his mouth. Oh, and that one's running away. I notice that it's climbing a tree and then sitting in that same position. I'm wondering why it sits in that position. Wondering if it's helpful, or maybe it helps keep it warm. All right, so if I was going to make an observation, here's one of the observations that I made. I made a bunch of observations, but I'm just going to choose one. So I'm going to say this time it's outside, but this time it's outside and it's winter, right? So what did I notice about the squirrel colorings? What really stuck out to me was the tail, but the tail would curve down, would curve when it was sitting. The color was like pretty standard. There wasn't anything crazy about that. What was the squirrel doing? The squirrel was eating a peanut, or what I think was a peanut. And what is the squirrel using in the environment to do that? He wasn't really using anything in the environment. He was standing on the ground, right? But he wasn't really using much. The one was climbing the tree, so I could say tree, but really there might be a one that you put none on because maybe he wasn't really, or they weren't really using anything in the environment. So that's how you do it. Again, you have two ways you can complete this. You can go outside and observe squirrels around your house if you have some, and please ask for permission before you just go outside. Or you could do it through a window, or I will share some squirrel videos on this assignment and you can use one of those to complete it. When you're done, I need you to take a picture of your one page of field work. Well, I said field work because it's right there. And put it in a Google, and upload it to the Google Slides. And that's step number one. Step number two, if you had any other wonderings that you added onto your thinking today, you can go to our Padlet and you can add your wondering to it. So maybe you're wondering, I know I'm wondering why the tail curved. That was really peculiar to me. So why did the tail curve? And I'm not going to post this one right now because, actually I will. You guys probably tomorrow. You'll get it. So why did the tail curve? You don't have to do this part, but if you did have any other wonderings, please add them here. So that wraps up science today. Have fun observing.